This is Fact Power FM with Intellect 9. I am Osa Amor, and today we're going to interview sound engineer and firearm instructor Deon Custis.
My brother.
Oh man, thank y'all, both of y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on? How
How
y'all
was
doing
that,
today?
bro?
Rob back.
Right
Good,
back.
man. Good. It's been a long time coming. I mean, a long time coming, man.
Been
Long
a
time.
long time dodging. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Brother Umar, man. You are a behind the scenes brother. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult to even talk about the beginning, you know. But you know, I've known you for I don't even know how many years, man. It's been decades.
Since I was 18,
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm
Yeah,
49 now.
yeah, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that stood out, you know, when we had first, you know what I mean, started the journey was that you was always, you know, sincere, always humble. You know what I'm saying? One of those brothers who like, yo, don't push my buttons. Everybody knew not to push your buttons, you know what I'm saying? You know, we rocked out on you know, some music stuff, man, and you know, back when Universal was relevant to us and we was both
Yeah.
young. We was both actually young and dealing with people coming to us trying to present crazy deals and you know all of that type of stuff, man. You know, and
Yeah.
you actually took it serious and went to school to become an engineer.
Well, that's a funny story. Uh, I I actually really didn't want to. I was actually forced to.
Yeah.
um, to go that route because within like I said, I actually said 18, but in all actuality I was only 17 when we first met,
Yeah.
and we started doing, I was just following you through your music journey in production, and one day we sat down, he was like, hey man, what do you want to do? You want to be a rapper, you want to be a producer? And I'm like, I don't want to be none of those, and I
Yeah.
don't want to manage, I don't want to. I'm doing whatever needs to be done. And he was like, well, you got to pick something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, teach me how to produce. And I didn't like that. I was like, all right, teach me, all right. You was like, well, just rap. I'm like, I don't like being in the spotlight. So I don't want to do that. So I was
Right.
like, well, teach me how to engineer. And you was like, all right, tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And I kept asking, yo, teach me how to engineer. You was like, all right, tomorrow. So
Yeah.
then when you said, hey, man, are you ready to learn to engineer? I was like, man, I'm already in school.
Yeah. Look,
so,
let
so
me
I
show you
could.
something. Come over today. Let me show you something. He was like, man, I'm in class right now.
So it was more of, it was so much going on, and we were so busy, and it was just you and I and a couple other people that we had helping,
Yeah.
but it was just more of them relying on you and I, where I felt like I can't be another reliance. I had to be a factor.
Right. Right.
So I called and wound up going to school, and
Yeah.
then we just started working from that point on. It's just, all right, now I can engineer. We can mix some of these songs.
Yeah.
You don't have to mix them, produce them, and rap them. So we can figure it out.
Yeah. And you know, you was a advisor. We when once we started doing tours, you know, running around, you know, I remember when at this one show we went to Georgia and you know, I was like, man, I got to get the hell out of here because my nerves were so crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we jumped in the car, man, and we riding around, you know, Georgia. I forgot what
I
town we was in, but
think we was
uh,
in Covington at the time.
Covington.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think no. The event was in Athens, and
Okay.
then we went to where we was at. It was in Athens, and we was just riding around Athens. That's where it was. 'Cause we
Yeah.
wasn't too far from I think it was Georgia Tech, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I, you know, in the moment though, I was like, you know, all over the place with my nerves and stuff, and um, you know, you was able to keep me calm. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, that type of relationship was very important when people get to talking about, you know, their team, man. Like I always felt like if nobody didn't, if people don't have somebody like yourself, you know what I'm saying, then they likely would crumble, man, because A lot of things you would remind me of. A lot of, you were just always there to support me, man, and make sure that I wasn't letting people take advantage of me and us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And because I mean, I was a yes man. Like, yeah, all right, what you want to do? Okay, cool. And you'd be like, wait a minute, man, that dude just
Yeah, I
did
mean,
this
you
thing
know,
to us. You
it's
know what I mean?
somebody had to, somebody had to be that guy. You know, what I mean, I'm not gonna say the bad guy, but somebody had to be that guy where they just couldn't, run away with everything because your heart is a giving heart, so you want to give them everything.
Yeah,
And me, I'm more like I'm gonna give it to you, but I got to make sure that this makes sense.
right.
It ain't gonna just be, a lot of, like I said, a lot of times, I mean, we had the deals offered to us, but it
Mm,
was more for of a sense of, do we have the team that can take advantage of these deals, that we're not being stuck
right.
or we're not being hassled, and, my motto is, with a lot of the people, I'm not here to like you. I'm here to
Mm-hmm.
work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we can work.
Mm-hmm.
And after there's a few people that's gonna leave here, and I'm gonna go hang out with and talk to, and other people gonna come crying to you saying, "Hey, they don't like me." Oh, okay.
Right. Right. Right.
It's
People
like,
people used to come all the time, say, yo, man, I'm coming to the studio. I said, all right. They'd be like, but is murder? They did not want Umar. They did not want Umar around me, boy. Like, yo, nah, if Umar there, yo, I'll come another time. Like,
yeah, I mean, because it wasn't, you ain't coming to take advantage.
word.
You know what I mean? Like, we here to do a job. We paying bills.
Yeah,
We have families to feed. I mean, at the time, I didn't have kids or a wife. You
yeah,
did. You know what I mean? You had kids, and it's like, yo, man, you're not gonna take advantage of this man kindness and take from his family because you think it's okay.
right,
Nah, nah,
right.
we ain't gonna do that. Like, those were my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
When I say you my brother, you really my brother. There ain't no cliche to that.
And that's what's real deep, man. It's like we that word get pushed around a lot, brother, sister. I used to, you know, be taking limos from Jersey to New York, and the car come pick me up, and I'd be like, damn, this is my time now, and all of the things that you used to say, my drive from Jersey to New York, I was like, damn. In the moment, I'm telling you, nah, chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, chill, let it rock. Cause I hate to see people, get put in their place. But you know what I'm saying? On the way to New York every night, I used to be like, yo, word. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, they got a lot of nerve. Trying to move on us like that. You know what I mean? And so the brotherhood was established early, man. And I always knew that no matter what, no matter how much time we, may have, you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, that the brotherhood is just, like Mike Tyson say, you know, it, nobody could beat me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Hey,
you
man,
know,
we've been on a long journey on a short path, right? So we took a long walk, you know what I mean, but on a short path, and we've been through, being left in Georgia together, where we had to figure out
oh
how
man,
to get back home.
oh man,
You know what I mean?
oh man,
It's like, all right, listen, I ain't gonna leave you. You ain't gonna leave me. We gonna get back, and
yeah,
we gonna stick this out. You know, I mean, just a ton of different things where at there's certain points in time where it was just us.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was just us, and we had to figure it out. And it was like, all right, you got my back, I got your back. So we gonna go ahead, and we gonna just figure this mess out.
Now you actually was on Tama-Re.
Yes,
You were involved with the teachings of the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z.York, at a
yes,
crucial time when Little Egypt of the West was being built. You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
How was, you know, just give me a little bit of background as to how, what was your perception of that whole, concept, just seeing this Egyptian themed, you
Oh
know,
man. the perception, it made me who I am now.
Mm,
Like knowing that, just to have a respect for people, and no matter what they do, no matter what their religion is, no matter what, everything, like, you know, for me, it taught me how to be a better person.
mm,
Like even though now, I go to church every Sunday, I'm here, but it showed me that I can do that
right,
without being judged, because it's not about the character of the religion, it's the character of the person.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And what you need, because sometimes your soul needs a little religion, or whatever it is you're going through, you
Yeah,
know. But that being on the land, and going to visit, I mean, I never lived there per se,
right.
but I was at every Savior's Day from from 97
Mm,
to
like 90, like
2002.
96, about 96.
Yeah, about
That's the
96
first.
to,
Yeah,
like, wow. Like I want to say, man, till the 2001, around there. But just the overall presence of what Doc had to bring. I mean, it's so much needed in the world now. If
yeah,
you look
absolutely.
at that, because we had structure, right?
Mhm,
So we the land had structure. And like I recall him actually saying it was so dangerous at that time for us to take a trip to Egypt abroad, because everything that was going on
right,
around that time, that was the reason for him
right.
to build Egypt here, so we can see it. You know what I mean? If you can't go to it, long as we can see it.
Yeah,
So we
bring
got
it,
to
bring it
see
to
it,
us. Yeah, he
bring
brought
it
it to
to
us.
us.
Yeah,
We got to see it. And it's like the feeling you got is like, okay, when I know I'm about to go there, it's like, oh man, it was like
oh
the
man,
equivalent of a kid going to Disney World.
yeah,
You
yep,
know what I mean? It's like, like
yep,
I know when I get there and when I get back, I'm gonna be good for the next couple of months. You
yeah,
know, just energy wise, feeling wise, just you know, as I say like I'm mixing it, but like you high off the people.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like we had a structure
Hmm.
which was needed, and I could see, as like I said, being in the music industry. I was, I've outside of working with you, I've worked in different studios,
Right.
with different artists in the music industry, flying out to LA to be, recording in studios out there, stuff
Hmm.
like that, working with, people in Miami, doing that. So I got to see a little bit of the industry itself and the inside behind the scenes of it.
Right.
And it was like, because of Doc, I was able to maintain my sanity.
Mm.
I was able to still be who I am. I can, there's no Diddy parties for me. Y'all go ahead over there. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'm good.
Right.
I
Right.
don't need to sell my soul to y'all to do music with y'all.
Right.
And they respected me. And I never was made to feel uncomfortable. It was like,
Yeah.
they knew, okay, you're different.
Right.
You don't do certain
Right.
things. You're different. And I didn't have to tell them, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. They just knew.
Yeah.
So I was taught how to carry myself.
And that's deep, man, because a lot of people that was into music, a lot of people fell off because of all the things that's out there.
Yeah,
You
because
know.
it's
And
easy. It's easy accessible, and when you are who you are, and you're being influenced by what you are, and it's like, okay, you standing on righteousness, and they just sending you all type of crazy stuff at you, like, hey, come on, let's do this, let's
right.
do this, let's do that. And most people, they don't have the wherewithal to say no, to
Mm.
say like, nah, I can't do that.
Right.
Like for me, it's like when I walked away from music, my journey was, okay. Now I'm having I'm about to get married, and I had a daughter.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
I had a, and I had a son.
Beautiful girl, by the way. You know what I'm
Ah, man,
saying?
I appreciate you.
You know.
I appreciate it. And it was like I have a son, My son is it was now he want to play sports because
Right.
he was, he was like 6 at the time. So it was like, okay, now I got a son, I have a daughter, and I have an older daughter. But it's like, do I want to chase my music dream,
Mm.
or do I want to be that football coach and take her to gymnastics and
Right.
take one to soccer and volleyball, for school? So I had to make a choice because with me, if I'm locked in, I'm locked in. There's no
Right. Right.
um I got a music project. Oh, daddy's gonna stop doing music to go take you. It's like, nah, I gotta finish this. So
Mm.
so I chose to. My balance was I had to walk away.
Mm. Wow. So you was able to make the best decisions for you and your family based on and I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
your upbringing. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I know you personally, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest
yes,
in power. With your grandmother, the way she raised you, and moms, and pops.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yes, yes.
all of that played a part, and then having the master teacher,
Yeah, it just tied it all
that was
together
like
for me.
icing on the cake. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it just tied it all together for me. And then it
Yeah,
was like, I remember one time we was in Georgia, and he was saying we could walk away from all this. And I'm
yeah,
like, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, "Yo, what do you mean we could walk away from all this? Like, it took a long time to build this. Like, what do you mean?" And he's like, well, and Master Jesus had said something like, you have to remember our ancestors built the pyramids and walked away. And if they can do that, you can walk away from anything. And that stuck with me.
mm,
Cause it's like, all right, I built up this whole thing, and I have, like I had engineered, and I had music that was played at the Super Bowl,
right, right,
commercials that was on the Super Bowl, and it's like you be like, yo, how do you walk away from that? Because I can. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like it's nothing. It's you have to make a choice for yourself and your family, or what is worked best for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I know my mentality. Like I tend to overdo things where, not in a bad way, but they're gonna want to go to football practice, and I want to finish this song because it's in my head.
right, 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 right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have to learn when to say when. So,
Yeah,
now, if I decide now, they're older now. So they, my son is in high school, and he's striving. And my oldest daughter, she's in college. And then my baby, she's in first grade. So it's like she's good.
yeah.
She's still learning.
It's a
But
it's a
it's
beautiful
about,
thing, man. Beautiful
yeah.
thing to see. Your maturity and where we come from, and that whole music
Yes.
journey, man.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
you know, uh, you are one of the soldiers, one of Partner Bab's soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying? Never got caught up into none of the drama that was going on. Always made sure that you was just building, which was a dope thing. Now, something that was real funny though, I gotta bring this up.
Yeah.
When we was traveling from Jersey to Tama-Re to Eaton to Georgia,
Yeah.
we would get like a van load of brothers, you know what I'm saying, and
Yes.
sisters, you
Yes.
know what I'm saying.
18 passenger bed.
But every year, and I don't know if the rest of the people in the van was going through this, but every year, me, you, and Raj used to be saying, "Well, it's that time. It's June." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
The jobs we had was not
Oh.
letting us travel,
Oh.
so we would be like, "Yo, what you gonna do?" "Yo, I'm just gonna quit."
That's it.
We would be quitting our jobs to go to Tama-Re. You know what
Man,
I'm
I
saying?
quit. I actually quit in Tama-Re.
Yo, we was on the land calling the jobs like, yeah, listen, like that movie. Listen, I ain't
Yeah,
ever coming back.
exactly. Exactly. Listen, I always
Yo,
said, man, my motto is when I came here, I'm looking for a job. So when
yo,
I leave,
that's
I go
real.
look for another one.
That's real.
It's like,
Yeah,
I felt, and then too, like I had a security background. So I was
right,
working security, and I knew it was like, at that time, it wasn't easy to get a good security, guard, or was somebody that wanted to do that
right,
job. Like
right,
it
right.
was like, so I knew with my background of doing security and doing music, and I worked in clothing stores. So it was like those were jobs where I knew like I could quit this
You
job and
could
go
just
find
get
another
another
one.
one. Yeah,
It's like, because
yeah,
it was there. It was there.
yeah.
So it was like, all right, I'm good. All right.
It just was a funny thing to see every year. We like, yo, did you get any vacation time? He's like, vacation? They ain't giving us no vacation, man. It's like
No,
it was just a
you know,
known thing that we would quit our jobs just to go to Tama-Re.
yeah. And
You
it,
know what I'm
the funny thing is, what I wouldn't say, sometimes some of them cats be like, oh, you quit? And then as soon as I get back, they be like, yo, can you come back?
saying? Yeah,
Like, so all
exactly,
right,
exactly.
we gonna
And
work this out when I get back though. It's like,
and the charge we used to get, bro, like the energy we used to get from coming from
oh
Tama-Re,
man,
it
listen,
would like
it was nothing like it.
it would last all the way till the next year.
Yeah, yeah, it was nothing like
Like,
it because imagine what people, uh, for a cliche for people that might not know or not been, or they might have heard about something else that's close to it. Imagine going through to like the Million Man March, but you can be there for 3 days, 4 days, a
right.
week.
That's
Every day getting that type of energy.
yeah.
Everybody always talking about building ciphers. Like
Mm,
there were literally building ciphers
yeah.
going on there where you can talk to anybody. I remember sitting there on the land and I'm talking to like a bunch of Hebrew Israelites.
Mhm.
And it was like, and it wasn't no Hebrew Israelite debate, like,
Right,
oh, why me and you're this, you're this. This is like, no, we're just there talking
right.
and having a good conversation, and they're leaving on a good term and a good time. And I'm talking to, then I leave from them and I'm talking to some cats that was like 5 percenters that was there. You know what I mean? It was like, then you leave them and you talking to some Christians and some Muslims. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it was a melting pot of cats that probably would go on the street and wouldn't say that
Yep.
because they was too proud to say that they was there,
Yep.
but it was there. Like it was,
Mhm.
you went there and you talked to, man, I was there and talking to Black Panthers. Cats,
Yeah.
when people thought the Black Panther Party was dead, and I'm literally like, nah, man, I was just talking to some cats that
Yeah.
represent the Black Panther Party. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And it's like I got to see all walks of life.
Right.
Right. All walks of
See.
life. Like I remember the time when the Buddhist monks came down.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it was crazy just so they can walk around the pyramid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like that was real. That Jesse Jack, I mean, what's it? Al Sharpton was there.
Al Sharpton. Jesse
You
Jackson
know,
was there. Jesse
yeah.
was there.
I don't know where I was at when Jesse was there, but I
Yeah.
remember literally seeing with my own eyes when Al Sharpton was there. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Um, but it's like these are things where people wouldn't say that they was there.
right.
At the time where we had to, you talk about the van, where 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 we had the van and we had to go pick up Jimmy Cliff from the airport.
I was just about to say, man, Jimmy Cliff,
Yeah,
and
where it was like, yo, because nobody had transportation and they entrusted you to say,
yeah,
hey man, I can make this happen. So I think
yeah,
what Sisters of King was like, yo, y'all driving? It's like, yeah, all right, we need you to go get Jimmy Cliff from the airport. It's
yeah.
like,
Like,
all right, like,
Jimmy Cliff,
hey,
no problem. Let's go.
let's go. You know,
You know what I mean?
and it was what it was the times, man, where it was, stuff like that. Like it was social. It was a good place to be. There was no problems, So I can see why the push, because that would have spread as it was spreading like wildfire. That
Right.
type of energy of just the people, man, and being there. It could have turned into like another Black Wall Street.
Yeah. And just you brought Jimmy Cliff up, he just transitioned, man. So,
Mm.
rest in power to him, man.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
I mean a great, Nuwapian artist, you know what I'm saying?
yes, yes, yes,
There's so many, that are out
yes.
there, man, we used to just see some of everybody on the land. It's just like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
normal. It was normal to see, big entertainers and,
yeah, man.
very
Like
successful people.
if a lot of people wasn't afraid to say where they got their information from,
Right.
or where they was at, or what they was doing. You know what I mean? And it's like, because of feeling like they're gonna be ostracized by somebody.
Yeah.
It man, listen.
Back then there was no fear, man. Yeah,
No.
I mean, it was like, look, I'm going to see this master teacher.
The term became when the music turned from what we call positive music to like the not even gangster music, because it wasn't even that, because even with that period we still was there, it had its balance, right? It's
Right.
like where the industry came to be more about money, and we have to be about this dollar. That's when, a lot of cats started turning their backs, so they felt like I need a dollar more than I need knowledge. And and that pushing, like, say, I want to say it started in like when the industry started changing in like 2001. You know what I mean? And then, that's when that push came where we got to quiet that, all that positivity, all that, you know, that's one thing, we say New Orleans, but I never heard Pop say that this was just for them. No
Right.
matter what he said it still was for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was for everybody, and for everybody, no matter what your religion, no matter what your walk of life was. From that standpoint, as long as you come down here on some positive stuff and you're not here on no negative, this is what it's for.
Right. And I actually remember him saying that we had better hurry up and get it, so
Yes,
before he have to go and be with other people.
yes,
You know, so that
yes,
that was real key, man. To
yes,
let you know that it's not just for us. You know
yes.
what I mean?
I
He's not
watched it.
just for us. Yeah.
We sat there, and I want to say the 2000 New Wapian Ball. My mom still has those pictures of all of us out there. Like,
Yeah.
she loves those pictures. He had us all dressed in all black tuxedos
Yeah, man.
and with the black fezzes. And,
Yep.
that was the time where he said, hey, man, if we don't keep it up, this is the time where I'm going to have to go.
Yep. And what's deep about it is that um, while he's incarcerated right now, it's it's been times where he's said, he's been called on to leave. Those
Yeah.
who communicate with him are saying, "Let's go." Like these people are, they don't deserve you. Let's go. And he's saying, "Nah." You know what I'm saying? Like he's holding on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we look at him like he is the best
Yeah.
example. You know what I'm saying? Like his willpower and I hate to even say the word love referring
Yeah.
to him because I always hear him say, well, love could be lust too. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, yeah, I remember
You know
that.
what I
I
mean?
remember that. And but like for me, between my parents, my grandparents, and the example that Pop showed us, and Dr. York showed us, it made me able to be who I am today.
Right.
I tell people, man, if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't like me. Like, there's your
Yeah.
saving grace.
Yeah.
Because I don't really rock with a lot of people, and I don't have those feelings. I don't
Mhm.
have that feelings of emotions that a lot of people have. Because there's times where I could just care less about people. You
But
know,
that
you-
that's what made him great. That he tapped into all of that.
yeah,
He tapped
yeah,
into that. You know what I'm saying? And he himself said that you know if he was walking down the street, he himself wouldn't even speak to a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep,
not out of ignorance, but because of just fear.
mm,
Not knowing who you are. He was saying like
yeah,
it's hard to know, who people are. When you just by looking at them. He said there was once a time when you could look at a person and know who they are. You could
yeah.
read you could read
Now
it
you
through the
can't,
aura.
you can't
Now
now.
you can't.
Nope, you
You know what I
can't.
mean?
But so that's that's a little bit from me on that background. And then, like I said, I've always did engineering, was my first love per se,
Yeah.
music wise. And then firearm training became a second, like I had a good brother that transitioned over, and he was like, I never forget it, because one day we was sitting there and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm about to go get me a gun. And he was like, how you gonna get it? And I'm like, I'm getting me a gun. Like, like don't worry about how I get. I'm gonna get it. And he's like, yo, listen, no, man. So my boy Steve showed me how to do it the legal way
Yeah.
and go apply for permits. And this was back in 2006.
Right.
So he showed me that, and from when he showed me that, then I went like the music. You showed me that. I just kept taking it a step further. I'm like, okay, I'm not just gonna get this, then I'm gonna utilize it. So I'm gonna train and take classes, and I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna go and get a job where I can utilize me having this gun. So I started doing armed security
Mm.
and training at that in like say 2007. you know Once my grandma transition is like, okay, I gotta figure out something else out to keep my mind stable, because
Right.
she's not here no longer to you know tell me to calm down. So you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, so I got to do something to discipline myself that way. So I started going to the range, shooting, and then say some maybe about 6 years later, I became a firearm instructor.
Mm. Okay.
So then I got into teaching people how to shoot, and stuff like that, and just training with a lot of my people around me. And then maybe about two years ago, I started working at a gun range.
Right.
As a range safety officer, and still doing my job, still doing music, and doing that, and then becoming a firearm. I was always a fire instructor, but started taking it more serious.
Right. Right.
So it was like, okay, now let me teach from that standpoint of people in my community that don't know that there's a world for us over here. Like, that's just not some white people stuff, as
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
tend to say,
Yeah.
because they don't know. So the first thing they say, oh, that's some white people stuff. Like,
Yeah.
nah, man, that's for us too. We should know this. Like, we should know this. This to stop a lot of aggravation. Like, there's no reason or way in the world that you don't have a criminal record that you should not have your own firearm, or
Right.
trying to buy something off the street and get yourself in trouble, where you can just go ahead and do it legitly. So that's what I became. I wanted to be that vessel between the people, our people that want to learn, and you know and that to teach them.
So for anybody that's interested in, well, first of all, when it comes to firearms, you are licensed in New Jersey.
Yes, yes. I'm
Okay.
I'm licensed in New Jersey. Well, actually, I can, because I'm an NRA instructor.
Ah, okay.
I can actually sign off on any state, because I go through because I'm an instructor through the NRA. So it's
Ah,
just not like,
okay.
my company is licensed here in Jersey,
Right.
but I can sign off on concealed carry paperwork for anybody in
Mm,
any state. You know, they just have to come. If they out of state, of course, we have a test that we have to do. Shooting test. What is it? 50 rounds, going from 3, 5, 7, 10, 15 yards that they have to
right.
qualify. And I
Right.
just have to watch that to make sure that they can proceed to carry, qualify to carry.
Right.
So yeah, that's it. They can come here and I can just sign off on their paperwork for that. If they want to train and learn how to shoot, I'm also doing that, offering those services. If they know nothing about guns and just need consultation to talk about how to get their paperwork in Jersey or wherever else, we can talk about the steps that they need to go through.
Right.
And also, if they come around me within a reasonable distance, I even go to the gun store with them and help them pick out their first firearm.
Mm, yeah. So when
It's
you
just
say
so they can feel more
reasonable
comfortable.
distance, you mean anybody that's close.
Close
Uh,
in Jersey, that's
Close.
here, like close in the Newark area, Patterson, area. There's a couple of, gun stores out here. You
Yeah.
know, I would drive with them just to make them comfortable. Where, they're walking into this store. and they're not being overwhelmed. They have
Mm.
a familiar face with them.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody's not selling them
I
anything.
will vouch to say this. My first firearm came by way of your influence. Well, legal firearm. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
Um, came by way of your influence. You actually, referred me to a shop out there in Paterson, New Jersey. And I would frequent that place, for quite a while, some years.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So definitely, how could anybody, get in contact with you? Is it,
They can email me at Deon Custis at MAT strategygroup.com. That's the email address. Or they can call me at 862
and this is for firearm
Oh, yeah,
instruction?
this is, I have a company that we started called Matt Strategy Group, and that's, Matt is wasn't a, from the Doc's influence was an Egyptian word for justice, right? So
Right,
it's like, so justice, it would be justice strategy, but I just didn't want to say justice strategy group,
right, right.
so I just put Matt Strategy Group.
All right, that's what's up, man. So anybody trying to get in touch with you, anybody that's interested in getting some firearm safety classes, whether it's a CCW,
Yes.
all of that. You know what I'm saying? The brother covers that, takes care of it, counsels, all of that. So and is and is a hell of a mentor. You know what I'm saying? So definitely reach out to the brother. I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but Osa
Mm.
is actually a engineer, producer
Oh, okay.
slash artist herself.
You
I
know
mean,
what? I knew she was an artist,
you knew
and
she was
I've
an artist.
actually heard uh you let me hear a while back some stuff that she did and mixed for
Yeah,
her and AB, and I'm like, man, that's pretty dope.
yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I bring that up because I believe she might have a music question, for you. You know what I mean?
So, what's your favorite DAW?
Whew. Now, it's a twofold question to that because actually it would be sound wise, it would be Studio One right now or New Window, right?
Mm,
Because the overall
Mhm.
sound in that is great. Editing wise, for me to edit, because I can go through it with my eyes closed, is Pro Tools. I just don't like
Okay.
the overall sound of Pro Tools
mm,
because for me, it compresses your music before you can even compress it yourself. So when you bounce out of Pro Tools, you automatically was losing, say, 3 or 4 dB of sound. That's why when you go to do your playback in the car, it always sounds lower than what it was recorded.
Mm.
right.
Right. Whereas, say, Nuendo and Studio One became a clone. It was Logic. Logic was really dope. I use Logic a lot. You don't lose any sound on your bounce out. Your sound quality is still high. It's a still high resolution, but they just was more technical to editing. Whereas you can fly through Pro Tools. You know, so
Mhm.
that's why I would say it's a twofold question. I like Pro Tools for editing and anything else for bouncing out. You know, mostly new window because that was a great. They still use that for a lot of movie mastering. I just don't want to pay that price for it, but that's what they're using when they're really mastering and doing especially movie scoring. They use
Mhm.
new window. Closest
Oh,
thing to that is Studio One now.
yeah. No, I love
Yeah.
Studio One. I swear by it.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, I mean Studio One is
Word.
super dope. I
Yeah.
just have not yet because when I stopped dealing with music, Studio One just came out. So, you know.
oh, because I was always looking for DAW, so I was telling him I learned how to
Mhm.
record on like a multiple different ones because I was looking
Yes.
for one I liked. So then
Yes.
I came
Yes.
across Studio One, and I was like,
Yes.
oh, I like this because I didn't really like Pro Tools, even though
I
I know it's industry standard.
it became industry talk because there's like, they bought their way and people just was able to talk about it.
Hmm.
And, that's what became a thing where it's like one rapper said it in a song, and that's what became what everybody knew. Because
Hmm.
I've actually seen people that didn't even know they wasn't using Pro Tools, but just because you got that window open, they go, "Oh, you using Pro Tools?" Like, no, I'm really not. But okay,
Yeah, I never liked it. And then
Yeah,
yeah,
always other producers be like, "Oh," and then they just look at me like with a dead face when I told them I was like, "I don't like Pro Tools."
no, and
And
you're right.
all of a sudden, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, "Oh, okay,
Nah, as a
cool."
producer, as a producer, artist, and stuff, you're right. Because I didn't understand, for me, production wise, how people was producing in Pro Tools. Logic is so much easier.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pro Tools is only easy to record in because it's a faster recording. It should be more called the editing program instead of a production program.
You know what's
'Cause-
deep though,
Mhm.
Umer? You pretty much was my Pro Tools guy,
Yeah.
and uh, Osa introduced me to Studio One 5.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so,
And then you in turn introduced me to that.
yeah,
So she
you know
introduced
what I
us to
mean?
that. And I
You
said,
see how
thank
that,
you.
you know what I mean? Full
Mhm.
circle, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's because he went on a rant on Facebook about how he hated Pro Tools.
Yo, yo,
And I remember that rant because I
yeah,
heard it on
yeah,
the phone. I never, because I
Yeah.
don't do social media like that.
yeah.
So he called me like, "Yo, I hate this thing, and I gotta pay for the subscription, and they got me
Word,
locked up in this." And I'm
word.
like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, they lost me with the subscription.
yeah."
So
I just told them, "Hey, we could try to hack it." So I'm like,
and till this day, I still haven't went back and gotten all of those sessions. We got a lot of Africa Bambaataa sessions that I got to go and get out of there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
it's
It's crazy because I think now he can understand. I would never upgrade. Like I had a computer that would never upgrade.
right.
And he always just say,
Right.
"Well, why don't you upgrade and get this program?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"No." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, why don't you upgrade it? It's asking for an update." No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's asking what?
It'll ruin your
No.
whole workflow if you do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
That's it. So once I got
Yep.
to, I think it was Pro Tools 11, I
Mhm.
stopped updating.
Right.
Mhm.
And he was always getting upset. "Oh, why would you just update?" No, I'm
Right.
not updating. Because I know if I can keep this computer here, if
Yep.
there's nothing that can happen to this computer,
Yeah.
then we're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to pay. I already paid for this. I don't have to do no subscription. I got everything we need. The plugins are there. Everything I need is on that computer. Of
And you
course.
can record when you feel like it, and you don't have to try to record all the time because you're paying for the
Exactly.
subscription.
To make sure you make it make sense. The
Mhm.
only thing that happened, a flood, what was it, hurricane, whatever, took the computer out because it got
No.
cooked in a flood. But you know,
And to this day, anytime that I get a message saying gotta update, I think about that. I'd be like, oh hell no. You know what I'm
nope,
saying?
nope.
Like,
I'm gonna
oh,
stay where
hold
it
up.
is. If
Mhm.
I'm comfortable where I'm at, I'm not updating. I'm
Right,
comfortable.
right.
I got it to the point where I need it.
So right quick, now that
Mhm.
we got rid of that and
Yes,
spoke
yes,
on
yes,
all of
yes.
that, you know what I'm saying? So now we got, something that we was calling, trivia questions, but
Mm.
like I was saying in the pre conversation that, and I looked up the word trivia. I just want to read it right quick. I was a little dissatisfied with it. It says trivia means details, considerations, or pieces of information of little importance or value.
Yes.
And so, I don't want to be bothered with trivia questions. So we changed the name to because what we talk about has some value. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
fun, but it has value. So, our
Yes.
segment, our segment, we it's still under construction, but the name right now, you know, is basically is actual fun facts. The
I actually
actual
like that name. I think
the
you should keep
actual
that.
the actual fun fact game. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, yes, yes. I think you should keep that name, man. That sounds very appealing and
yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah. so right quick, also gonna hit you with some questions.
Yes.
I don't know the answers. I don't even know the questions, but I try to help
Okay.
you out the best of like my ability.
You
You know
go
what
ahead, man. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna
I'm
do my best.
Yeah. And it's
saying?
all black everything. So just so you know, it's not
Okay.
like
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
ask you no weird European questions.
I
Right.
Okay.
appreciate it. I
So
appreciate it.
do you know what note all males are supposed to chant on?
Oh yes. Man, I know. I remember this. I remember this, and I want to say E, but I don't know why E is ringing in my head.
Mm.
Um.
So the notes are F A C,
Okay.
and on for the males, they're to chant that on the bass clef, so the left hand side of the piano.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now I wish I would have played the piano.
Yeah. Believe it or not, bro, a lot of music people don't know this answer.
No,
Yeah,
Believe it or
I
that's
not.
why I
remember
said
it
it's
was either E or F, but I don't know. I wanted to say E. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's FAC.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Okay.
who is the creator of the comic strip turned animated series The Boondocks?
Man. I know Regina King do the voice of the guy. Oh man,
Yo,
I don't know that brother name.
word.
Yeah, I know it's a brother. I know, and he's
I
really
remember that.
dope, and I
Yeah.
love it. But I know I don't know his name.
And okay, it's Aaron Magruder.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I'm not good with names. What?
Yeah. Me neither.
Okay, let me
I
see.
wouldn't have got that.
Which artist holds the record for the highest album sales after his or her transition?
Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Mm. That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep.
yeah. He
Yeah.
held the highest before his transition.
For real. For real.
And just got, he gained. That's the only guy that got 5-year-olds liking him now, and he's not even never seen him before.
I asked somebody that question. They told me Chris Brown. I said he's still alive,
He's
man.
still alive.
Oh man,
Yo,
and they super wrong about that.
exactly. You wrong from every
Every
point of view.
angle and every
You know what I'm
standpoint
saying?
musically.
Word, word. So uh, um, I think she got one more for you. One more.
Who formed the Zulu Nation?
Oh, that was Africa Bambaataa.
Ooh,
Yes.
wow. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Good question.
yeah. I'll be ashamed of myself messing with
Word,
that.
word,
you
word.
know?
So listen, man. We got to
Yes,
get out of here. But
yes, yes.
before we do, a question that we ask everybody. All Sabians. If the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z.York, Panabab Yanun, was listening or watching this podcast, you know, um, from yourself to him, what would you say to him?
Thank you.
Mm,
Simple as that. Thank you. It helped me. You helped me become the man, the father that a lot of people see me as today. A lot of people don't understand where I got the wherewithal from to be who I am, and it was because of your teachings.
mm.
So, thank you.
That's deep, man. That's deep. That's deep right there. That's real deep, man. The master teacher is known for giving many people courage, many people strength. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the right knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you is very very powerful, man. What else can you say, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. You
What
know.
else? What else can you say other than thank you and be free? You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yes. Thank you and be free.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
So
yes.
with that, bro, we want to thank you, man, for retiring the chase, and you was running from us, man, for a
Oh
long
man,
time. You know,
I don't feel I do anything to be recognized because everything I do is because I want to do it.
Oh man, we
You
ain't
know,
even tap into the award event. You know what I'm saying? You
nah,
actually
man,
got
I'm good.
you actually got an award at that event. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes, yes,
And
yes, you did.
you know that was that to me that wasn't even that didn't even suffice, but it was just a gesture because like I said, you was there to make sure that Intellect 9 kept a level head and didn't respond out of emotions and anger and hurt and pain from what was being done to the master teacher. And so I want to say thank you, brother, for being there for me sincerely from my heart to you, from my mind to your mind.
Hey
Thank you,
man,
man.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, I told you when we sat there and we talked about doing music, and he's like, "Hey man, I can show you this and I can show you that, and we can go through." And I said, "Well, there's some things you can teach me." And he was like, "Hey, what's that?" Hey, just teach me whatever you can. From your experiences of being an Ansar
Yeah,
to everything else. That's
yeah,
all I want to know. So
yeah.
when I deemed and said that you was my brother, I meant it.
Facts, facts. Yeah, brother. As long as you around, you know what I'm saying. I know I'm winning. I ain't got nothing to
we,
worry
we
about.
we gonna win. We
I ain't
gonna
got
do
nothing to
something,
worry about.
man.
Yeah.
We gonna do something.
And of course, we got things that we can't say on air, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
you
yes,
know, definitely,
yes.
I'm honored, you know what I'm saying, to have met you. I'm honored that, the master teacher has called brothers like yourself, you know what I mean? It makes everything, a home run, knowing that we got real brothers that are really connected, not just saying Zamal and brother and all of that. People that are really connected, really about the work, man.
Yeah,
So
not to cut you off, but I don't. To me, what I learned over time is I don't say. A lot of people say, "Well, you don't talk like that," and they people say, "Why? Why you don't talk like that? You don't say this, you don't say that, you don't say that," because it's not meant for everybody. I'm not even gonna talk like that and talk how I talk to you or
right,
to talk to the sister also because I mean it. It's not a
right, right,
cliche. It's not for me
right,
to run around here and make it a catchphrase.
right. Yeah, it's real life, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's what I was taught. You do what you do in real life, not just for play.
No doubt, no doubt. The show is for show,
Yeah, exactly.
not our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Nope. So
Yeah,
yeah, man. So yep. So we got a lot that's gonna happen, and we're gonna keep continuing. And man, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all show. I'm just proud of everything y'all doing. I know
appreciate that.
every once in a while you'll call me and say, "Hey man," you actually is actually one of the few people that will call me and say, "Hey, can we do a project and some music?" And I will respond to. Usually I just dodge and, say, I'm retired, but nah, I actually go and try to set up a laptop or turn on some speakers and figure this mess out, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
I see the growth. I seen from you telling me you want to do this podcast to doing it, man. And man, I appreciate it, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Yo, man, we got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Yep. And
we got to talk to
and also
people. We
I'm
got to
proud of you as well in your
yeah.
projects and everything you're
Oh
doing.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
thank you.
Osa is official tissue. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I keep I keep real people around me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's always
Like
a
like
plus.
like that's why I say like yourself, A and B, Osa, and a few others, man. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, you know what I mean? The rhythm is right. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thankful, to have, a team like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that you could really just, reach out to. And even if they not physically standing next to you, you know that you can count on this person to give you the 100% honesty. You know what I'm saying? As to what it is that you asking them. And so I've always gotten that out of you. Umar, I've gotten that out of Osa. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten that out of A and B. And those things have made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? Those things have made me a better, recording artist, a better engineer, a better producer. You know what I'm saying? And so, we ain't nothing without each other, man. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
most definitely, most definitely.
Osa just got a new drum machine too. So, you know what I'm
Ooh, here we
saying?
go.
You
Here we,
know,
y'all gonna
you
make
know,
me want to go back. I come out of retirement, man. I don't
yo,
know, man. I might have to come out of retirement and
yeah,
learn some of these stuff again. You know?
Just do a
yeah,
special edition.
word,
Yeah, yeah. I come
word,
out of retirement and start mixing again. Start
yeah.
mixing again.
Well, can you teach mixing? I need to learn how to mix. My mixes are terrible.
Oh, most definitely. Listen, most definitely. Because you have the attributes, because as a producer, it. It's just about the balance. For me, I never was a producer, so I don't know how to read music. I just go what feels right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And cut between. It was always a feeling for me. It was always about a feeling, and it's like, don't get too technical.
But you
Don't
know,
get too technical.
what was deep, years ago, we was recording, we was doing, we had like 4 groups, and we was doing some demos for David Ben, I think it was, and um,
Yeah, that's the guy that said.
you 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 hit me in the ear and was like, "Yo," it was something real simple, but nothing I was thinking about. You was like, "Yo, make the music sound like the hook." Like, he was like, "Yo, make the music sound like the hook." So, because usually, that wasn't my style. I would just make the music, so the music will be going one way and the hook is going another way. And you was like, "Nah, make the music sound like the hook." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, I
It's
mean
like, "Oh,
that was the start of one of the a big argument.
yeah,"
you know,
but it
I'm doing my
worked.
best. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. In the
yeah,
moment, I was like, "Yo, man, fuck, bro." You know what I mean? But
I know what I'm
it
doing.
worked. It
I'm the
definitely worked.
producer. All right, well, I'm telling
Yeah.
you what it sounds like.
Yeah, I was like, "Man, you sit in this chair," you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah.
But again, that was one of the things that, on my way back to Brooklyn, I used to be like,
Matter
"Yo."
of fact, I think we both was heading back to Brooklyn that day.
Yeah,
I wound up staying with you in Brooklyn that day, and
yeah,
we both was heading back to Brooklyn,
yeah, yeah,
and that's when it came to like, oh, okay,
yeah, man. Yeah,
yep,
brother. Yeah, but again, man, you've been there. I appreciate you, man. We will continue. We got more work to do, man. We gotta represent the master teacher.
yes,
Dr.
most definitely,
Malachi
most
Z.York,
definitely,
what would all of this, what are we gonna do with all this talent and all this creativity? You know what I'm saying? If we don't, do something to represent him, he's always about all the people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's about everybody. So that's why I'm always trying to make, something happen with everybody. Like let's all come together, because that's the force he's talking about.
I think we can do it, and
Yeah, yeah,
the thing is, what has to happen is we have to realize that we are bigger than what we are.
yeah.
And you have a platform, you have resources. The problem comes with is what I noticed about you is with your humbleness, right? You don't like to use your resources because you think that it's bothering them, but
Mm,
they can bother you.
mm.
And I tell you time and time, if they can bother you, you can bother them.
What?
Utilize your
Wait a minute.
resources.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why you shaking your head, Os?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Utilize your
She like,
resources,
she
brother.
like, she like, yeah, that's right.
Utilize. I tell you this all the time.
Yeah.
You always want to save, but you never want to help.
Mm,
And it's good. No, it's a good thing because I'm the same way. You know what I mean? But I'm learning in this next step that sometimes you got to utilize the resources around you.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Utilize them, man.
You had on, you know what I'm saying? I have a trust factor though. I have a trust issue. You know what I
I do
mean?
too. That's why
That's
I have a
why
lot of guns around me.
I mean, you
yo,
just trust people to be themselves. That's it.
yeah.
That's all you can do.
No doubt.
That's
No
it.
doubt.
And that's what I said. That's why, Bobby, honey, that's why I keep a lot of guns. I have trust factors too, but
That's a different type of trust, though, man.
No, it's the same type of trust.
Yo,
It's the same type of
yo,
trust.
my gun is my 999.
Mine's is a
Not
9 too.
not my
Yeah, 9 to the
nine,
ninth
not,
power
not
of
my
9.
9, but my 999. You know what I mean?
Mine's is 2.
Yeah, I got one of those too, though. But
You know, the rapper Freeway said it best. Muhammad had a sword, I carry a 9. Same thing, different
word.
time.
Yo, man, we gonna get out
Let-
of here, brother. It's been
Yes.
so real, man. You know, I appreciate you, man. Once again, can you throw that contact info out there for anybody that's trying to
Uh,
you good. You good.
so contact information is 862 423-5546. I think I said it wrong last time, but it's 862-423-5546. That's the phone number. And the email address is Deon Custis. That's DeonCustis at MAATSTRATEGYGROUP.com.
And that's for anybody that's trying to contact brother Umar for a class on. Well, you go ahead, man. You know.
I mean, thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's what anybody that's trying to contact that want to learn about firearms, that need qualifications for their CCW, that just any advice that we do consultations about different things for firearms, or you just want to train. You need help training and learning how to shoot. You can't shoot straight. We got you.
Yeah. That's
Got you. I got another partner, which is a great guy. His name is Phil Batten, and he's also another instructor that works with the company with Matt Strategy Group. So I have trainers.
no doubt. Yo, we out of here, man. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Appreciate y'all. All right.
Until next time, we out of here. Fact Power FM, Brother Intellect 9. Today's guest, Brother Umar Deon Custis, and no other than my girl, Osa A. Moore. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Am I saying this name right? Because I heard A and B say it a little different. Osa A. Moore. Osa A. Moore.
I say a more, so then they don't think of the more instead of, because I'm trying to change. So then I say it that way. It's phonetically the same, and then it's Osa Amor.
So it's
I'm just weaning people to the new name.
So it's no longer the more anymore.
Yeah, I mean my website is still Osa the More, but
Yeah.
that's because I haven't worked on my website in a minute, but it's still
No
there.
doubt. All right, so we out of here, man. Until next time, I'm gonna say peace. Fact Power FM.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to today's interview. Fact Power FM is in conjunction with the Intellect 9 movement for the freedom of Dr. Malachi Z.York. All parties involved in today's podcast are responsible and active members of the Sabian Nation worldwide for world peace. All firearm interests are secured by Deon Custis for MattStrategyGroup.com. Thank you again for tuning in, and before you go, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.